Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Iron Bark Podcast, and I am your host, Epion. Today, I don't got a whole lot to talk about this week. There wasn't a whole lot going on. There's some stuff to talk about, not a whole lot, but we're going to get into some stuff I want to talk about. It's going to be a short and sweet podcast for y'all. I hope you enjoy it. Maybe you want it short and sweet. Hopefully, you just want a little quick one. You don't really want that long commute drive podcast anyway. So this weekend, my weekly adventure, I guess I'll just recap it for you. I just go to the mountains. I hang out in the mountains. I got my little spots I like to go to. I find a nice part where it's nice and dry, a nice dry valley, and I just go sit and relax, throw on a couple of my favorite science and tech podcasts, and I just sit there and listen, put my feet up on the dash, hanging out the window. It was like -2, but it was dry, so it was decent. It's pretty warm. I know, Celsius, -2 Celsius. It felt warm to me. I don't know. But, I just sit there and I just think about things to talk about, things kind of content I want to make, kind of just let my thoughts take over. But anyway, driving out there, little herd of bighorn sheep on the road. Slowed down for them. Got a little clip of it up on X there. Put a few things on Instagram as well, but kind of just in the story, so they're gone by now. But you can check it out on X, they're just walking down the road like these guys are cars. There's a little black bird with them as well, and he's just chilling on the road. It's a cool little video. Drove by them, gave them lots of space. Get around the car. Kept going to my spot. Do a little bit of photography. Took a couple pictures of mountains. They look pretty cool because I guess there was a little snowfall. Makes everything look kind of crispy. Put a couple photos up there on the internet for y'all. And then, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much my day. Just going, hanging out, little picnic to myself. What else could I tell you? I got a new episode of Epion Reacts, exclusive to the X platform. I think eventually I will put that on YouTube once I have a whole back catalog full, and I'll do something where I kind of want an experiment. What if I do a video a day where I put it on YouTube? And just see what catches fire, what will hit, so I'll probably I'm doing about a video a week now. So, I don't know. To get a full week's worth of stuff, that'd be 7 weeks. I guess I'll try it out in a year and see how it goes. Anyway, let's jump into the news here. That's enough about me. I'm sure you want to hear something interesting. What do we got here? April 8th, we're going to have a solar eclipse in North America. So for my listeners, and I know they're all over the world because I look at the stats or whatever, the analytics. April 8th, solar eclipse. Tune in for those in North America if it's where you're going to be. The public service announcement I would like to make is that you want to wear protective eyeglasses. That would make it easiest to view the solar eclipse. However, there's a lot of fakes out there, so be cautious, be careful. You don't want to blow your eyes out, and you don't want to destroy your cameras and your phones. That's all I got to say about that. Eclipses are cool. Looking forward to it. Hopefully I'll get a glimpse of it where I am. I don't know if it is where I am, but it's going to require further research. Big news in wildlife. The Javan tiger, declared extinct 2003. Basically been 20 years now. A little bit over 20 years since it's last been alive, spotted, seen. Well, in 2019, everyone's favorite wildlife biologist, Forrest Gallant, went and looked at it, went to go find it, went to go track it. There was reports of a sighting, and he had some radar images. I don't know if it was radar. What is it? Night vision from a helicopter or high up or something. Looked large, looked like it could have been a tiger, but anyway, they had a hair sample. I guess it took a while to come back, but they got it tested, and I think yesterday or today, they got the results back, and the results were, it's a Javan tiger. So the hair was found on a fence. Perfect. Everyone loves a good comeback story. Little Lazarus species. And what a Lazarus species is when something's thought to be extinct or dead and no longer existing. But then it's found again in a remote area or secluded area or some other part of the world. In this case, it's a subspecies of tiger, so you would basically only find it in one part. So that's awesome, awesome news. That's awesome news. I love a good comeback story. What else do we have here? We got, dang, I think that's it, y'all. That's all I got for you. I don't know. This might have been too short and sweet. A little 5-minute podcast. I don't know. What else could I talk about? Oh, I'll go back to my content. I made an Epion Reacts. I think it's episode number 4. Definitely threw in some new elements of stuff in there. I think the videos are progressively improving. If you want to give me some recommendations, suggestions, anything like that, I'll take it into account. I'll try to make it better if it's easy enough for me to do and I can figure it out. It's like boop, 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 throw it up on there. I kind of like how the videos allow me to do facial expressions or convey my thoughts better with like my face. I'm more prone or inclined to kind of act like, goofy or silly. And I think that translates better. Whereas it's kind of like a stale, boring podcast where I just talk. I don't know. People have been saying I'm too monotone on this, but I think it goes way better when I have a guest. It's kind of hard. People are like, oh, do video podcasts. I'm kind of just like, it's just so much more work. It's so much more work. No one understands. Like, I could be doing this podcast looking run down, beat up from a whole day of hiking or, just out in the wilderness, just dirty, like kind of like in my, kind of just like my comfy clothes. The moment you throw a camera on, you put it out for the world, you got to kind of look the part, you got to kind of look better. So I kind of like the aspect of the audio only. Plus, there's a lot of audio only platforms for podcasts still. So logistically, it seems like, no, the podcast fits a perfect niche. And it's good for the cars. It's good for the commutes. It's good for the drives, especially those that like to travel, get out to the mountains, get camping, all that stuff. And that's kind of what this podcast is for. I don't know if people would listen to that kind of stuff when they're going to go dive into that kind of stuff, but they'll probably just listen to like true crime ones or something like that. Yeah, there's a little surprise at that end of the Epion Reacts video. It's kind of cool. It's kind of neat. Maybe not. Maybe you guys think it's lame. But I thought it was funny. Like, I go back, I watch, like, I'm laughing at the ridiculousness of it. I'm kind of laughing at, like, I'm laughing at myself. Like, I really am. Like, when I watch it, I don't think it's, like, a funny joke. I'm like, I can't believe, like, it's sort of like I can't believe I'm doing this kind of stuff, Like, it's like, yeah, I find it hilarious, but I don't know. I felt like there was like a couple of times in there I made myself chuckle, but hopefully I made you guys laugh. I got, what's his name? Kimball Musk, Elon's brother, always wearing the cowboy hat. He got a cookbook that came out. Pretty cool. Put that in my kitchen. I got a copy myself. Actually got, and when you pre-ordered that book, you actually got an invite in your email to go sort of to his book signing, like a kind of like a live event type of thing. So I was actually invited to that. I could have gone, but my passport's been expired, which prevents me from traveling. Have to get that renewed, have to get that fixed. Miss out on a pretty cool opportunity. Would have loved doing that. Little things like that. Got to pay attention to. And it would have been, I think it's in Boulder. That's where it was. And like, I definitely want to go check out Colorado. I think that's like a good one. I was listening to a podcast with him when I was in the mountains. Lex Friedman, Kimball Musk. Apparently these peaches, these Boulder, Colorado peaches, they're like the greatest thing ever. And they're only for 1 week in August. It's the only time they have them. And then after that, they're gone and they just taste amazing. According to him, like, I don't know what other I haven't had too many different peaches from too many different regions of the world, but if this guy's talking up Colorado peaches and it's like a 1 week of the year sort of like food, I mean, I'm inclined to go try it. Like, I want to go to Colorado anyway. Be cool to hike and stuff in summer, so it's not too cold. Go and hang out. Go eat some peaches and do some hikes. Fucking peach hikes. That's all I got for you guys. That's all I got. That's it. It's the end of the road. Calling her quits. Throwing in the towel. I don't know. I hope more. Like, I got a couple good comments on an X recently about the podcast. People kind of cheering it on, saying they love it. Think it's cool stuff. Thank you. I love you all for the support. Small following, still kind of small, but occasionally kind of big, surprising. Some stuff hits harder than others. And thank you everyone for tuning in and listening. I hope I make content that you enjoy, and I hope that it continues to get better, and I hope my listener base grows. And I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm just going to keep going no matter what. Just going to see what happens, you know. Take care, guys. Thanks for listening. Cheers.